Wasn't planning on vlogging today, but there's a bunch of videos. There's a lot of stuff I have to do. But pretty much I'm taking you with to show what's wrong with my car. So remember I said that my car was messed up? Well, this is what exactly is wrong with it. So pretty much I'm going to be going to Chevy right now, the dealer, to see what's up with my car. This is my dad's truck. A lot of big moves being made right now, so like
that's why we revamped the TCF
and I have
digital
a sales call at 11. So let's try to position this in a way. So I don't know what my tripod is. I'm not gonna waste my time to go try to find it. I'll look for it later. So I'm just bringing it like this. Watch me break my camera or some shit. That would be fucking terrible. But anyways, I'll see you at the dealer. Well, just got back from the dealer. It's gonna cost $1,800 to fix that AC, so that's an expense. I'm just trading it in immediately once I get this paid, and then going from there. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and finish editing and finish this funnel because now it needs to go up. So thank you all for being interested. Well, I'm turning the camera on right now to just update you guys on a little bit of what happened. So I'm kind of going through a little financial struggle right now currently in my life. Since starting my business, I'm in the red, so profits aren't exceeding cost. I'm currently trying to change that right now through my continued efforts of trying to make coaching calls. However, generating the leads for the coaching calls is the hardest part of any coaching, anything. Also, update on the car stuff. So it's $1,800 to total fix the car. So after I get it fixed, which I'm going to pay for when I go, pretty much it's going to be not worth keeping anymore because of the continued cost. It's $1,800 to fix a car that's only valued at $3,000 to $4,000. That's like more than half of what the car is actually worth. So it's not worth to keep if you're making repairs that are $1,800 or more to fix. So once I make it, I'm just gonna sell it and then get something else with the down payment, and then continue working to grow and fix my cash flow issue that I'm currently having. So these are real issues that like I'm showing you guys right now, like with cash flow issues and not having money to do or fix certain things, which is why I'm updating you. The call that I just had that I kind of recorded before, again, biggest thing for everyone that I'm facing with the rejections that I'm having are the financial costs that they don't have the money to spend. So I'm going to redo my survey and have them include their occupation so that even when I am getting on calls, I'll be able to know if they'll have the actual, have the financial means or access to the financial means to afford my training, and also be able to save my time and their time so we don't get on a call that won't end because of the financial means. So I just keep doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm calling that. Keep doing the same thing that I'm doing and just keep on going. That's all there is to do. So I'm gonna finish this funnel, edit a video, and then I might stop by my class just to do some group kind of educational stuff as far as me going and just passing out some, what I'm going to do is actually do the workout program. So I'm going to be giving them the program that I'm going to be selling, and then I'm going to have them either do it or run it by them to see how it works and even just give some value. And hopefully there's a lot of people in that class. Maybe one of them will be interested in training. So it really is just about providing as much value as possible and over-delivering on all that value that you're giving, so that price is only an issue when the standard of value isn't being delivered. So obviously I'm not delivering enough value because people who would find money to pay for something that a result they know 100% is going to work. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll see what happens. So little update, my little life situation that's going on right now. It really isn't like, these are all first world problems. Any financial problem is a first world problem, so there really isn't any reason why you can't and shouldn't do the things that you want to do, because there's someone in the world, there's someone who's had it worse than you and became successful. So there's no reason why it shouldn't be an issue for you. Go out and do that thing you said you were going to do years ago. Go out and hold that New Year's resolution. Quit that job that you hate. Just do it. And once you start doing it, you'll fuck up and fuck up and fuck up like I am now. And eventually, it'll turn out because you're failing better and you're failing forward. So that's my little rant for right now. I have to go back to work, but I'll update you guys in a little bit after this. All right? Peace. All right, so really recorded some good content for you guys. But I gotta go take a stats class. That's test that I didn't take before. And then when I come back, I'm probably gonna go run. I feel like just going the distance, you know? So that's what I'm gonna go do. And then I have a call with Eric at 5:45. And I don't know when I have a call with, I have to double check my calendar. I know I have a call at some point with Millie, my credit mom. I call her my credit mom, but for those you don't know, you can get something called business credit, which you should if you're trying to open and run a business. But you can get business credit, and we'll do that. I noticed a lot of YouTubers who own and run businesses who are in the fitness space, kind of like how I am. They don't talk about the business a lot, like at all. And I don't know if it's because people like don't think they're interested, but I know as someone who's an entrepreneur who's trying to get his own shit, you should talk about it. It would give me hella value if like Christian Guzman told me what email automated service he uses, like how did he first get capital? Did he just go through direct outreach to when he first did online coaching, or did it all come from direct YouTube marketing? Like getting the hot traffic from his viewers. I mean, that's how he sells his stuff. His viewers buy it. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be back. Might get some B-roll, might not, but I'll probably take you with actually because I'm just gonna take a test. So yeah. Let's go. Yo, good fucking morning. Gonna be hitting, I ran here, so 2.6 miles. Gonna hit squats, 5x5, 3x2, 2x2. So I'm gonna try to film at least one of each so you guys get to see the weights and how to progress forward. But you're gonna start with your lightest weight. For a 5x5, it's still a power stack movement, but as you get heavier, you're gonna increase weight because you're getting more into a powerlifting build. So let's go ahead and film that shit.
Yo, what up? This is gonna be like a quick little commentary that I'm just throwing in the middle. So I started off with 135 here, primarily just because one, I wanted to serve this as a warm-up set. Like two, I was feeling like crap and I was stressed out as fuck the night before, which is why I like didn't really feel like filming. And I don't know if you know anything about stress, but when your cortisol levels are high, even when you go to sleep, you don't actually recover the way you're supposed to recover. So I was feeling like crap. I also didn't really plan like the week out as far as with my workouts, but I just started off with 135. So going into this next set, I actually just went up to 285 again. I usually go 315, but I was feeling not a little bit lackluster, so put it simply. Again, you'll see kind of I am doing trying to do low bar. And one thing I did notice, when I come down, notice I don't have a butt wink. You can eliminate that by just keeping your weight on your heels again.
Okay, so the 2 sets of 285, going up to, what is that, 35? No, I'm bad at math. I don't know. 245, 25, and a 10 for my third set, 5x5, so let's knock it out.
So I hope you guys got some value. I just let that clip run just to show you guys some pointers on, so you guys can learn from observation watching me squat. So when I mentioned before in the previous clip, before I interrupted myself, that when I come down to the hole, I don't have a butt wink. All a butt wink is when you're actually coming down. I think I've mentioned this before too. You're supposed to have a curve in your lower lumbar spine, so a slight curvature, so you have this anterior pelvic tilt, takes any stress off your lower back. But when you come down and you don't have any good actual pelvic mobility, meaning your femur can't laterally rotate in your hip far enough to actually give you the depth, your pelvis, while you're in the hole with all the weight loaded on your back, will posteriorly tilt, meaning it'll tilt and it'll kind of wink, point down. So make sure you pay attention to that. I had actually addressed this earlier. Make sure you actually pay attention to that.
Alright, so that's 5x5. I'm gonna do pretty much 5 sets of 3x2. So I'm gonna increase the weight for 3 sets. You're gonna hit 2 reps. So by doing so, you're gonna be activating the fast twitch muscle fibers. The ones that are gonna give that explosiveness to come up, and where your strength's gonna come from. So strength, it isn't really the muscle itself. It's more of your autonomic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system specifically, that generates that power, that neural fucking activity that fires is what basically fucking causes you to explode up. So you're really training your nervous system more so than you're actually training your muscles, but you do develop a lot more fast twitch muscle fibers. So that's what we're gonna do. So second tip, you're gonna want to have an increased rest period when you're lifting heavier weight, and you're gonna be putting a lot of stress on your nervous system, one. So usually I rest anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute. I'm really trying to bring my heart rate up, only 30 to 45, but for these heavier sets, you kind of want to bring it past a minute. So anywhere from 2 to, I'd say even 5 minutes, depending on how heavy you're going, but definitely like around 2 minutes for me. So let's go ahead and knock out this last set, or this first set of the 3.
So for these 3x2 sets, I just did 335. Then I actually had to drop down to 325 because on the second to last, I couldn't actually get the depth that I wanted on the second reps. But 335, then last one 325.
So now done with the 3. So we're gonna 2x2. It's gonna stick with the same weight, 325. So let's just go with that. Let's roll with it. All right, I made it back home. I didn't film a lot of stuff. You guys keep talking. I didn't film a lot of stuff. I was kind of dead after the squats, and I just wanted to like knock it out because for time's sake. So right now, basically after I did the squats, the 5x5, the 3x2, and the 2x2, I pretty much went and did a hack squat, 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps with 4 sets of cable crunches superset. Then I did 4 sets, 8 to 10 of leg extension and leg curl. And that was it. Yeah, pretty much. So now I'm back home, getting some coffee because I've needed one. I'm still fasting. So some people might think you did so much, why wouldn't you eat? It's kind of just to stick to the diet of intermittent fasting. When you put your body under a lot of stress like it just did, one, your leptin levels go down, so it actually becomes more sensitive to insulin if you're building up some insulin sensitivity. Also, it goes through a process called autophagesis, where pretty much a lot of your body's cellular waste is kind of sitting in the cells unless you're constantly urinating or excreting, defecating. So it kind of forces your body to get rid of that cellular waste and optimize itself to get rid of the weaker cells and have the stronger cells and have the mitochondria be more efficient, and you feel a lot better. There's a number of studies that show this, as well as it's really, really good for testosterone uptake. I think it's serotonin. Testosterone production. So you're kind of putting your body through this voluntary stress, increasing cortisol voluntarily, and then when you come down, you're going to feel pretty dead. But once you reach a certain point where your endorphins start getting released, you will have some cognition to you again. So a big tip, if you are intermittent fasting and you're doing really intense workouts in the morning, first thing like I do, one, rely on a steady caffeine intake to keep you awake and feeling good. So I had the pre-workout this morning. This is basically my pre-workout stack. I've showed it before on my Instagram, but it was a while ago. So creatine monohydrate, it doesn't really matter what kind of supplement you use for creatine monohydrate as long as it is the creatine. Their brand doesn't really matter, so don't fall for the marketing of like
the different types of creatine. You really only need creatine monohydrate. At cellular level, it only does one thing. So I use C4. I'm not honestly not a fan of using this kind of pre-workout, but it's cheap, and right now my money is tied in other places. So I still need the pre-workout. I mostly like it for the L-citrulline and the arginine sulfate in it. So this also has theacrine in it. So most pre-workouts nowadays do have theacrine. For those of you who don't know what theacrine is, it's pretty dope actually. So pretty much, I think it's Compound Solutions, I want to say. I think they have the patent for it, but basically they made this molecule called theacrine. It's very molecularly similar to caffeine, and the effects are very, very similar. But like with caffeine, one of the biggest things that I always see, and I'm the experience myself, is building a tolerance to caffeine. So you can build a tolerance to it, just because it does rely on the adenosine receptors in your brain to decrease the adenosine is just the hormone in your brain that what is it? It works with the pituitary gland. No, fuck, can't remember right now. But it's one of the hormones that actually makes you sleepy. So it basically blocks the receptors of those adenosine receptors, and adenosine can't attach to them, which would make you sleepy. So you can build a tolerance to it because your brain will just make more adenosine receptors. It's pretty cool. Your brain's pretty dope. So this also has a little bit, 1 gram of creatine. I take 5 grams daily usually. Just 1 scoop of this and then 1 scoop of this. One bad thing about pre-workouts like this, unless you're getting an organic pre-workout like Keno Octane or another one like that, these do have a lot of acids in them, or dyes. So yellow number 5, red number 4, but also citric acid. So citric acid is the actual part that erodes your enamel. This is why you always see me drinking it through a straw. Same thing with coffee, but coffee is because I don't want it to stain my teeth. So yeah, there are better products out there, but this will do the job for you if you're, 1, on a budget, and 2, don't have the disposable income right now. BCAAs. So there's been a lot of studies coming out recently that actually have said the opposite of what originally thought BCAAs were good for. I'm gonna have to re-look up some of them, and I'll link them in the bottom of this video. But BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, are pretty much the building blocks to one protein and a number of other enzymes in your body. So when you take, the science behind it was that when you take exogenous BCAAs, your body kind of burns the exogenous BCAAs and doesn't go to being in a catabolic state of burning muscle. So in fasted states, fasted workouts, it's good to, the thought mentality was if you take exogenous BCAAs, your body won't go towards burning muscle. However, the problem with this is that if you have a relatively higher body fat percentage like I do, body's not gonna go directly to burning muscle. It's gonna go to the fat stores first, and you're gonna have to be doing extremely strenuous distances, like how I was doing with my running, that I would have to take this. So really, it's not necessary to take this. It really isn't necessary to take any of these supplements. The only one I would recommend is creatine, is because it has been shown time and time again in research to increase strength output as well as increase muscular endurance, because it makes your muscles will retain more water. The last supplement I take, again, I need to find one that's more organic. So I want to just go to Truth Nutraceuticals, which is Christopher Walker's brand, completely organic supplements. They're pretty dope from the research that I've seen, and everything is scientifically backed and thoroughly clinically tested, which I really like, and all the ingredients are organic, so they're natural. But right now I'm using BPN. I love Brit Performance Nutrition. I love the guys behind the team too. I've been watching them on YouTube since Nick was on YouTube back in like Fort Hood. I started watching him like way back when I think he started in 2014. I want to say. That was when I first started watching when I was a freshman in college. So shout out to you guys. You guys are pretty dope as far as with what you're doing with BPN and having the veteran-owned and backed business. So if you do want to support a veteran-owned business, definitely check out BPN. They do put out pretty dope products. Again, they do have the citric acid and the red dyes. They also have sucralose in some of their products. So if you really want to be health conscientious, don't buy their products. But other than that, like they're fucking amazing. Like like the Endopump works. Like this, and what I like is they actually put proper ratios of measurements in each one. So Hydromex is their glycerol powder. Again, agmatine sulfate. I said it wrong the first time. Citrulline malate, but they have the actual dose that you need to get the actual pump that you want. So pretty awesome, actually. So it's gonna kind of explain the different science and measurements behind these supplements, but yeah, pretty much that's it. So I'm gonna have some coffee. Another tip when you're having coffee, a lot of people don't know this, but so we have 2 things of coffee in my house. So you see this, just bring up the light so you can see. This is medium roast coffee. So a lot of people don't know this, but a medium roast and light roast coffees have more caffeine content than dark roast coffee. So this is a dark roast. People think the dark roast always has more has more caffeine because of it has a bolder flavor, but the light and medium usually do. It just has to do with how long they actually let them sit before they take the grinds. So yeah, I'm gonna have my cup of coffee, film this little clip for you guys. What I have to do today is I have to finish that funnel, so you guys will be seeing that real soon. Get the 5-minute free muscle guide. It's really just a lot of the stuff that I've been preaching since I started training. You're gonna need to find out the 3 things that are important for you. 1, finding out your why, not just saying I'm gonna lose weight, I'm here to bench 225, but what's the real reason that you're going to the gym? It's almost always, I can guarantee you, something with your self-confidence, and you're trying to make yourself feel better about yourself, and that's 100% okay to admit. Being vulnerable is amazing if you are surrounded by the right people. I'm not going to be one to judge you. I physically can't judge you because I'm so fucked up. So do what you need to do. Get yourself in the gym. Download the 5-minute free muscle guide if you don't have any clue where to get started. I'm going to put a link to where you can get it at the bottom of this video when the funnel's done and on the continued future videos. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's me. Physique. Yeah, so I'll probably check in with you guys in a little bit or just call it here, but we'll see. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see what happens.